do GeoGebra Lab number 1. First thing is we're going to be drawing in this part of the window, and for this lab we don't need the axes or the grid, so let's click on this button in the corner and we'll turn off the axes, and we'll click on the grid and turn it to no grid. So we're going to be drawing a right triangle. So I'm just going to click on the Polygon Tool, and by the way, there are different types of Polygon tools, but if you just click on this, you're using the first Polygon tool. So I'll click A, B, and C, make a nice right triangle. The view on the left is called the algebra view, which shows you information about the points and the coordinates and so forth. But for this right triangle, we're going to go to the Move tool, and we'll show you that this just can be changed. It can be distorted so it's no longer a right triangle. Drawing something that looks like a right triangle is different than what we're calling constructing a right triangle. So we're going to make another right triangle that will stay as a right triangle no matter how we deform it. So we're going to click on the line tool, but in this case we don't want the regular line tool because we just need a segment. We're going to use a segment to draw the base of the right triangle. And the vertical leg, we want it to be always perpendicular to this base no matter how we change things. So we're going to use the perpendicular line tool, and it tells us at the bottom what to do. It says, oh, there we go, sorry, perpendicular. It says select a point and then a perpendicular line. So the point is D, this is where we want our perpendicular line to go through, so I'll click on D, and the line that we want to perpendicular to is this DE segment. So this is always perpendicular, so if I change E, then that line stays perpendicular. So this is constructed to be a perpendicular line. So to finish this, we need to make a triangle out of this, and so our last vertex of the triangle should be on this line G. So let's click on a point, and if you get your cursor close to this line, you'll see it change to a hand. That means when you click there, this point F will always be stuck on the line. I can move it up and down, but I can't pull it off of the line. So this is snapped to the line. So now we're ready to make a polygon, and click on these three vertices. And now we have a right triangle that will stay a right triangle. We can distort it how we want. Like I can make F lower and higher, but it's still a right triangle. I can drag E different places, but no matter what, we have constructed a right triangle. So on the left-hand view, you can see the equation for G. Let me kind of slant this a little bit. And if we look through here, we can turn off different things. Like I just turned off segment A so I can see what that is. Segment D is over there. As we go through, we can see where things happen. But let's go and let's look for the perpendicular line. So I'm looking for line G. And oh, I have to scroll way up. There it is. So here's line G. And if you click it on and off, you can see what it is. This line is in standard form. I could right click and change it to slope intercept form. So now I can see the slope here is 2.65. And that is the end of Lab 1. So if you want to save this, we need to go to the top hamburger menu, by the way, called hamburger menu because it looks like a hamburger inside buns. Inside a bun, but here we go. I want to, well, you could save something to your computer. I click on File, Save. It can save a file that'll save on your computer. You can do that. And that's one way that you could give your file to your teacher or turn in your homework. That's one way to do it. There's also a way that you could save things to the cloud. And so you can create an account, and we can log in with Google. And once you make your account, you can save it to the cloud, and that's another option. That's Lab 1.